Alright, well, greetings and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, a live canine observation. Well, greetings and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, a live canine observation, Season 1, Episode 5. Hopefully I'll get to publish this video. Now, in this video, I'm choosing to use head tracking, which I got from, of course, the Steam store. And here I have the usual F4 Phantom 2. Yeah, McDonnell Douglas F4 Phantom 2 to look over the canines at Angel Fire, who are, of course, providing therapy to injured skiers, snowboarders, snowmobilers, etc. And, of course, Canine Companions chose to come help take care of the skiers and all that by providing canine therapy, because it's nice to have a furry friend or something like that. And as usual, before I go up there to make sure the dogs are okay and make sure that the workers are doing their jobs, that stuff for me comes first. Like, my emergency plan is if I don't bail out. So if I have an engine failure before V1 or the aircraft fails to take off, I will land straight ahead. I'll close the throttle, yield to oncoming traffic. If I have an engine failure after V1, I'll come back the way I came in, if I'm not north of Marriott. If I'm north of the biopark, I'll go to Double Eagle. If I'm not north of the biopark, I will land at Coronado Airport. If I'm not in Albuquerque, I'll land in Santa Fe. If not, I'll push on to Angel Fire. If I have to bail out in any of these places, I'll find the nearest friendly place. For example, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'll bail out over El Dorado High School, S.Y. Jackson Elementary School, Eisenhower Middle School, Dennis Chavez Elementary School, Heights First Church of the Nazarene, Hoffmantown Church, Sunset Canyon Park. Santa Fe. Whatever Brendan says, what's the point in going to Santa Fe? Hopefully everybody will be friendly to me there and understanding. Or Santa Fe Municipal Airport. Angel Fire? What's friendly in Angel Fire? It's a friendly place, I think. The only real reason why I have a fighter plane today is because my promise is to, of course, get there fast to make sure the dogs are okay. Not to mention, I am a promise keeper. Let's do a walk around here. Make sure the aircraft's okay. It's looking good to me. Oh, and just FYI, I'm not going to take you back there for a time being. Back there refers to these engines here when I start up, because, you know, since this aircraft is an F4 Phantom, and my German classroom number, as well as my brother's German classroom number was F4. Looking back there, your level of stupidity would be even worse than those in Frau's rowdy class. Frau, whatever your last name may be as of now. And Frau, whatever your last name is as of now, I chose it. The McDonnell F4 Phantom as a class aircraft. Should be alright. And oh my God. Alright. And my head doesn't go 360 degrees. Yeah, I have View Tracker. It's the beauty of Flight Simulator. You could do this. I want to look at the Rio's cockpit, but first let me switch to television mode. And over here. There's really not much, as you can see, in the Rio's cockpit, except maybe here. of course. Alright, back in the cockpit. Now using VL logic, everybody is here. Let's go now. At this point, I start the engines. Okay, move away. Alright, something disconnected here. What is it? Stand by. Something disconnected here. Okay, while we're at it, you know, as you may have heard me say a lot, our classroom aircraft from German class should have been the F4 Phantom, provided the room number was F4. And right around here, metaphorically speaking, one day, when there was a substitute, one student who, I think the only good I would give him was for grading my papers. You know what he did? He fired a spitball at me. And it hit, like right here, where my cursor is. Eventually he dropped out. And I, metaphorically speaking, had to bail out over that stretch along Lomas Boulevard, northeast, between Eubank and Juan Tabo. Alright, stand by. Alright. I hope somebody will do the radio. Is it for it now?
Albuquerque ground, Labrador 5-4, with India request taxi for takeoff west departure.
Labrador 5-4 taxi to and hold short of runway 8 using taxiway Bravo 5 Bravo Bravo for Bravo Bravo for Alpha Alpha 1. Contact tower on 123.775 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 8 using taxiway Bravo 5 Bravo Bravo 4 Bravo Bravo 4 Alpha Alpha 1 Labrador 5-4.
Okay. This is really challenging to have head tracking on. A challenge well worth it, I'll say. Let's see how it is. Okay, during this taxi phase, notable stories I can tell you about using the F4 and metaphorically speaking in Frau's room was this. Trying to get through the day, to name one matter. And of course the year. Although a rough class, my F4 Phantom, of course, landed damaged. Now, of course, let's see what we have here. One day, of course, there was a mass exodus of students who went to TOC, or Timeout Center. And metaphorically speaking, F4 phantoms were used. How? The students that Frau said, go to TOC towards, did not enter the room. I felt like more than 2/3 of the class was sent to TOC. That's a lot of students, right? And of course, I oftentimes made it through the day. In fact, I had no real bailouts. Even in the metaphorical sense, I never really did, no. I stayed in the class till the bell rang, of course. And if, of course, natural outcome, or whatever the outcome was that we had to stay after class, I'd usually do it, and of course, it usually hurts. Which is understandable. But I had to respect the Frau's rules. And she says, like, whether you have a bus to catch or you have a physician's or dental appointment, you made that decision to stay after class. And speaking of which, it wasn't good for a friend who I will call Brendan in this video. It hurt him a lot too that I had to stay after class due to rowdiness. Now there was one day where, actually there were a few days where there were substitute teachers in the class of Frau's, that is, and she witnessed the class being rowdy when there was a substitute in there. Much like in the Miss Nelson books. Well, Frau, whatever her last name may be as of now, you know. One moment she could be Miss Nelson from the Miss Nelson books. The next, you know, she could be Miss Viola Swamp. Most notably after, of course, there was the rowdiness with the sub. She became Miss Viola Swamp later. Alright, while we're at this, let's get to the runway. And when we get to Angel Fire, I'm going to, of course, attempt to land. While we watch over the dogs, I'm likely going to cut the throttle. Then, of course, land. Not a good plan, but we're almost at the end of the runway. 08 that is, so I better start the plans now. Maybe I'll tell you more about this rowdy German class at one more thing. Okay? How's that sound?
Albuquerque Tower, Labrador 5, we're ready at runway 8 west departure.
Labrador 5-4, wind 132 at 22.
Fine.
Departure
West.
to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 8.
Cleared for takeoff runway 8 Labrador 5-4.
If we're going west, then let's take care of the biopark first. But it's only one pass. For this thing's powerful, and not to mention that we can only do so much with this thing. Let's go.
clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
I know where the bottom park is. It's just dead to my right.
Labrador 5 for Albuquerque approach.
We only really need one pass, and that's all. There it is.
Squawk 2.
Nestled between the trees. Correction, moving the trees.
Labrador 5 for radar contact 4 miles northwest of Albuquerque.
Let's go to the Frost neighborhood.
7,800 feet. Clear to the Charlie airspace.
Or El Dorado, actually.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Labrador 5.
Actually, let's go to El Dorado High School.
Labrador 5
I'll show and tell all this stuff
radar
happened.
service terminated. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Squawk 1200.
Please note, I turned some of the
Frequency
effects off.
change approved, Labrador
Because this
5.
is Flight Simulator and whatever.
Albuquerque Center, Labrador 5 is type 6 miles north of Albuquerque flight level 230. Request flight.
Wow. Hold up.
Labrador 5 for Albuquerque Center. Squawk 0737.
Let me take it El Dorado from here.
Squawk 0737 Labrador 5.
High School.
Labrador 5 for radar contact 4 miles northeast of Albuquerque, flight level 205.
Roger, Labrador 5.
Labrador 5 for contact
Left.
Albuquerque approach on 123.9.
Just out the window. That's where it all happened. If you can see my cursor here, that's where the Frow's classroom was. In
Goodbye.
this general area. It is.
Albuquerque approach Labrador 5 for 10,200 feet.
Labrador 5 for Albuquerque approach
Okay.
altimeter 30
Santa Fe.
13 radar contact.
Angel
Continue.
fire right now.
Labrador 5 for contact Albuquerque approach on 127.4. Good day.
127.4 Labrador 54. Goodbye. Albuquerque approach Labrador 5 for 8,100 feet.
Labrador 5 for Albuquerque approach altimeter 30.13 radar. Contact continue.
Yeah. Get out. Let's just smoke off.
Labrador
No.
5 for contact Albuquerque Center on 132.8. Good day.
Going to 132.8 Labrador 54. Albuquerque Center, Labrador 5 for flight level 180.
Labrador 5 for Albuquerque Center radar contact continue.
Alright, we're going to Santa Fe now. Plans are as follows. If anything happens to me right here, right now, bail out. Over the municipal airport. Bail out over Santa Fe Municipal Airport if anything happens right here, right now. If I'm around. I may not be around it. For you know, it could be far. Yes, I'm near. Fly over it. Sorry about the barking. It's my neighbor's dog, if any of you heard it. Nothing to do with this video. It's a complete outsider. We're over Santa Fe now. Alright, Rio, get to work. This is where it all begins. Or I can't stick around. I got dogs to watch. Work begins now. It's alright, it's television screen now. We have TV screens. We know what they're doing. I trust. Trust what's going on. Okay. As you may have heard, there's still a lot of clicking sounds in this video, however, there's still going to be some for the time being. Because as for the time being, this is my level of skill, I just want to outwardly express some creativity. Well, take it up with Mr. Richards, my art teacher, whatever his name may be now, as to why I want to express my creativity. To name one matter, I got graded for it. Come on. Okay. You saw what you're doing, so... As for now, I say let's just get to work. Landing will come later. Okay? Really will. Gosh, I really hate turning backs. Oh well. Better than nothing, I guess. As far as creating content goes, to name one matter. Don't hit that mountain. No. We don't need a casualty amongst Canine Companions. Okay. Let's go this way. Well, I still am not wearing a virtual reality headset from the time I recorded this video. So once again, this is still not VR. This is done with head tracking. Yeah, this is not virtual reality. This is, of course, what's called head tracking. You know why I'm at this video too? You know what I wish would exist already? Is a Republic F-105 Thunder Chief. Because of the two airplanes.
Kilo Alpha X-ray traffic Labrador 5 for 5 miles west 13,200 feet inbound to land runway 17.
Yeah, because the two airplanes that were introduced on May 27th, 1958. My favorite's the F-105 Thunder Chief. Well, I'm grateful for my war. Or brick, that is. My forfeited them. I'm grateful to have it. guess now's the time to cut the power. We need other F4s to take over now. If we can finish early, great. Come around the knob. Come around the knob. Yeah, actually, I'll come in around the mountain. Even though it's painful. I'll follow the approach pattern, even if though it's painful. What's down there? Red River? To our right is Taos. I'm thinking that one of my next seasons of Ghost Patrol will take place there. Since it has been 4 years as someone who me and Brendan know from Taos, including Brendan's mother Susan. You know, it's been 4 years since he's passed. A friend who we call Edward or Eddie. He's from Taos, and of course he lived there for a time being. I don't know where he's really from, but one known place he's been known to live is Taos. And since he's been dead now for 4 years from time being of recording, you gotta keep his ghost at bay. Not just as a way of, you know, trying to keep order anywhere, really. Head tracker. So I've been behind the scene a lot. Seems really fast. Actually, I believe I'm going to make it. Probably not the first round, though. Keep it blue. I mean, our mission today was to check on the dogs. That's why I even took the F4 up. Actually, no, our mission was to check on the dogs. Well, I chose the F4 because I thought to show and tell I'm a promise keeper. best I got to make sure the dogs were okay. Dogs referring to Canine Companions as dogs, of course. Landing is just so hard. And the pattern. Looks like we got a touchdown. Come on, come on. Somebody's just adjusting the flaps for me. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Watch the trees. Brace yourselves. Even more so, watch the trees. At least the crash signals were turned off. That's reassuring. That's it. Season over. Until or unless you have a request. And I can go back and make this video. I'll try, but I can't guarantee the outcome because coming down's the hardest thing. It really is. I'm not going to lie about that. Let's get some air. Whew. I guess this is the last season. Correction, last episode of a live canine observation. At least for season 1 anyway. Season 2, we need another aircraft. Now time for one more thing. Okay. About the rowdy German class. Things I can tell you is that what you've seen here is basically a metaphor as to especially how the worst days went in the Frau's classroom. Especially because, as of now, I will admit, I love Gumby. You know, I landed through the trees just like Gumby would do. Because, you know, this whole time in my life, I'm still a fan of Gumby, and most likely will be. You know? I most likely will be a fan of Gumby. So when I was landing, I thought about Gumby. And of course, I turned the crash settings off because there have been instances in the simulator where, even though my landing looked right, a crash would just end the game. That's so unrealistic. I've gone real airplane rides before, too. And I've flown gliders with Civil Air Patrol, so what's the deal about that? No, I'm just curious. You know? Gosh, it's cold up here in Angel Fire. You're right, I'm closing the canopy. Rio, are you alright? Okay. Here we go. Hopefully this will be the last episode of Live Canine Run Season 1. Hopefully, yeah. I just hope so. Yeah, I'm going to publicize this. That's what I'm thinking so far. And please, of course, pardon my faulty landing. It's the best I can offer right now. Of course, Canine Companions. From what it looks like in this video, your dogs were okay. I got you out of Hikari Apache Nation because, you know, that's alien town. And I don't want any aliens, of course, taking your dogs. No, if aliens touched your dogs, any of the type, they're gonna get it. Or if zombies touch them, they're gonna get it. Look what I have here. They'll just give it to you. Gretchen, give it to them, you know. The zombies. Sorry about that, Canine Companions. Just a lot running through my mind this morning. Especially in finishing this episode. Hopefully I'll go someplace else other than Angel Fire. I guess someone put the dogs away in this episode of the Alive Canine Run. You know, I have the camp out gear utility. I can take them out if you want me to. Oh, what do we have here? There we go. Good photo shoot. Or is it? You know, I don't really care. I'll just look at this, you know, through my iPad and take a screenshot. Alright, these are the dogs that'll be used here. Maybe in the next episode of Canine Observation and Angel Fire, I'll use another plane and go check on the dogs. Because honestly, this was just overkill. Rio, time to get out. Although we landed through the trees, we did it. What are you doing out there? Okay, get out. Let's get out. Next off. Rio, get out! Close this. Get out. Wow, this head tracking's amazing. Okay. Didn't really have much to say except I want to get that episode over with. That's hopefully the end of Alive Canine Run Season 1. And of course, if you like, please like and subscribe. If you have any requests for me to make, please let me know and I'll do whatever I can to make those episodes.